Attention news fixers. Your mission, if you choose to accept it.
I would do this every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Buckle up and prepare for takeoff.
I'm shaking.
We're taking you on the ultimate thrill ride. Operation Adrenaline Rush. Ever set your sights on firing a freaking tank?
Fire the hose!
Yeah, baby.
And when we shot that gun, it made the hair on the back of our necks just stand up.
DriveTanks.com switches into high gear with an Army playground like no other, rolling out 40 tons of camouflaged fun, turning over the keys for you to drive and shoot real live Army tanks.
Mostly terror, but lots of fun involved as well.
Talk about a Big Bang Theory. Drive Tanks co-founder and CEO Todd DeGidio says they want clients to experience history, learning under the gun about World War II and artifacts gathered from around the world.
Being able to just be part of that machine and seeing how the troops had to live and fight in that time period. You can see it on video, but you can't really get the full experience until you actually come out and get that shockwave. You know, when you're firing one of the biggest guns that has been fired in World War II and at a full power load at that. We have literally people come from all over the world just to be able to say they shot a Sherman tank.
The Sherman tank is a rare beauty and the only fully functional E-8 tank in the world. You'll have to deploy to Uvalde, Texas to crank up this bad boy. Drive Tanks is located on the Ox Ranch. And on this battlefield, you never know who you might run into.
We've got a one-of-a-kind tank course that drives through streams, uphills, downhills.
When we went up on the hill and then down, that was amazing.
Where else in the world can you do that? Really nowhere.
From rough and tumble tanks to flying antiques, Wings Over Houston takes first class to a higher level when it comes to World War II aircraft.
Our mission is to share the history of the greatest generation by putting our airplanes into the sky to tell the story of World War II.
And also, it's our way of also educating the non-World War II public what life was like back in World War II, the sacrifices that generation made.
Dubbed as Houston's best-kept secret, Houston Wings has been around for more than 30 years at West Houston Airport, booking passengers on round-trip flights close enough to high-five the sky in airplanes that served during World War II.
All of our airplanes were built in the 40s, 41 to 45, and they were used as training aircraft for the cadets and the soldiers during World War II. They range from everything from a PT-19 through an N3N, which is a biplane from World War II, all the way up to the AT-6, which was the advanced trainer, and that was the last airplane the cadets would fly before they go fly the fighter plane.
Pilots say it's all about bringing back the history for veterans and civilians who don't have direct connections to the war. Face it, this museum is just plain fun.
And if you go to a museum and you see an airplane that's sitting there static, it's kind of like a stuffed animal. You know, a stuffed animal is not the same thing as a living animal. And an airplane in a museum that doesn't fly is not the same thing as a flying airplane. And that's what people get to experience here.
Houston Wings is open to the public for free on the first and third Saturdays of every month, or you can charter a ride for a fee with a Top Gun experience. Military-grade tanks and high-flying airplanes. Who knew learning history could be such a rush?